Good morning, YouTube land. Josie here. Um, Apparently it was a crazy night while I was sleeping, so we're gonna go over some of it. Um, Last night before I went to bed, I'd heard that Don Wells was arrested. I did a little research. I found a law enforcement officer here on YouTube, or former law enforcement officer named Judy Ron. He used his connections and made some phone calls, and they confirmed to him 1,000% that Don Wells was not in police custody. So we know that. About midnight last night, Candace called Don's stepsister in hysterics, so upset, saying that they came and taken him to Boston, which is pretty weird. I don't know why they would take him to Boston. Um, a lot of people are saying it's a hoax and a prank, and Don planned it. That's what voices behind the meth pipe are saying. And I don't know. There's a lot of people that have their own ass to cover in this, and I don't think y'all are thinking about that. These YouTubers have all been saying whatever they've been saying this whole time, and some of them might want to get out of it, like the sheriffs, maybe. I listened to the whole thing, and I don't believe Candace faked that. She's not that good of an actress. She's not that emotive. You know what I mean? I don't know. Those of you that have been through something really horrible that broke you to the point that you're blubbering incoherently, I think you know that's not fake. I don't know how you fake that. And I took fucking drama in high school, and I'm sure Candace didn't. I couldn't do that. How can she do that? That was genuine heartbreak on her part. Now, if there's a scam involved, or if Don is playing people, he's playing her too. I really don't know what to think at this point. From what Candace said, it sounds like he's been kidnapped. If any of y'all watch Mr. Don Buchanan, which has been, he's been quite a roller coaster of emotion himself, throughout this whole thing. He said, after he changed his tone about them a little bit, which I think he was spoken to by the police, he said he wanted to find out what people around there think. So he went around acting like he wanted to buy property in the area, knocking on doors and asking people, what do you think of it around here? Is this a nice place to live? While he was doing that, some of the people he spoke to said that those people up there killed their kid, and if the cop doesn't come get them soon, we are going to. I've been worried this whole time that people are going to decide to take law into their own hands and go up there. Just the way all of you are acting all crazy on YouTube, thinking a little inkling here and there means you know what happened, and none of us do. We only have our life skills to apply to it and deduce it with. That doesn't mean we know. You have an opinion, you might think you have an idea what happened, but none of us actually know. Whether or not Dawn or Candace are involved in some are missing, the only people that know for sure are them. I watched, they call him the real Sherlock here on YouTube, and he watched their whole initial interview, the whole thing. He's a specialist in telling when people lie. I've kind of treated this as a hobby throughout my life because I find it very interesting. There are things people do when they lie. There's a discomfort in your body when you tell an untruth that you need to release somehow because your anxiety goes up. So people will flex their hands. They'll do certain different things to relieve that anxiety while they're lying. So somebody that knows what to watch for can look at somebody telling a story and know whether they're telling the truth or not. Know whether all they seem completely relaxed. They aren't doing any stress relievers. I mean, Candace in that interview was just answering the questions from the interview. She was calm and relaxed and honest. So, I think that means if Candace was not lying about anything in the beginning, she's probably not lying now. That doesn't, whether or not Don had anything to do with Summer's disappearance or whether he, faked this whole disappearing thing, that doesn't mean she knows. He might have faked the whole thing so he can fucking skip town without fucking telling her, without making her feel left in the lurch. So he made up being, kidnapped / arrested to get out of there. I don't know what he did. I think everybody wants to think so badly these two parents did it, that they look for things that aren't there. Or they're saying that certain signs mean guilt because they think so, and they're not correct. Now, this Chris McDonough, that guy needs to fucking get a rocking chair and shut the fuck up. When he interviewed Candace, and after he interviewed Candace, he said that he believed she was being truthful. She was open and honest, invited him into her home without hesitation. Now he's going on channels going, oh, this is all fake and made up and she deserves an Oscar. I haven't even seen an Oscar-winning actress that upset. There's something really wrong when somebody is that heartbroken visibly, so much that they're incoherent and blubbering. There's something wrong with people that look at that person and go, she's faking. That's not real. That's a lack of empathy, a lack of human emotion that's natural to feel. If you see or hear a person fucking broken, your heart is supposed to break for them. Mine did when I heard her. She's up there all by herself. Everything she has been taken from her. What if she didn't do anything wrong? What if this all just happened to her? And everybody is treating her this way. It's shameful and disgusting. And I really think there will be a price to pay for it. I believe in karma. I believe in God. And I don't think you can be that hateful to people for no good reason, really, and get away with it scot-free. If you're going to show that kind of lack of empathy to people, that's going to happen to you someday. You're going to suffer a loss, you're going to be heartbroken, and no one will believe you. And you'll deserve it. Because you don't feel empathy for Candace. There's no proof she did anything to her baby. None. She's a mother who all her children are away from her, and one of them, she doesn't know that they're okay or not. That's the worst thing in the world for a mother. It really is. That's hell. And while she's in that hell, everybody wants to throw rocks and point fingers and say she's faking it and lying. Chris is doubling down on what he started the fucking mess, y'all. He did. This whole big goddamn Summer Wells mess was his doing. Because when he decided he was going to get in there and find out what was going on, he talked to Hunter and Allie. Allie is the pettiest woman that ever walked the face of the earth. She is so jealous of Candace, which I don't really understand. Maybe because Candace has a husband and a bunch of kids and a full life, and Allie don't have that. Allie sits on the porch and don't go nowhere. You always got to worry about people like that because they have nothing better to do than sit and make things up. They have plenty of time for it. But that's where Chris started it. Y'all need some help. For some reason, you don't want to feel empathy for people when their child is missing. There's no proof they took their kid or that they hurt their kid. When there is proof, yeah, you can treat them like that. But until there is proof, it is not okay to behave that way. It really isn't. And your suppositions and what you think in your head are based on your life experience, and that don't make you right. Makes you triggered. I can't believe how irrational and immature all these grown-ups are behaving in this share. Oh my gosh. I'm surprised a woman has a channel. I really am, unless y'all like watching her train wreck. Prairie Boy, I feel sorry for. He seems like a nice, normal dude. I don't know how he got mixed up with her. She's not sober, talking about everybody else being on drugs. That woman's on drugs every time I fucking check in on her stream. I can't watch her because I was married to a meth addict and I have PTSD from it. And when I watch that woman, her eyes are dark. She can't quit fidgeting. She can't quit touching herself. She's always a little over hyper. Prairie Boy's not. That's when Prairie Boy looks like a sober person, y'all. If you don't know what a meth head looks like, it looks like Cher. And she's talking about they're getting high and laughing at everybody. Yeah, I bet you are too, bitch. Bet you are too. You know what? If all you people that follow, you know, voices behind the meth smoke or whatever, if you want to come for me, you want to come for my wig, do it. I'll take it. I have no problem going up against this girl. She's using people and then she lies about them. If she was telling the truth, why'd she behave that way? Why'd she act so irrational and was yelling and ranting and cussing? And she said that Don floated that idea to her 2 weeks ago. She kept talking to him. So did he or didn't he? Because she still talked to him afterwards. She wasn't that offended, was she? I think she's been using them to promote her channel. Convincing Don that if you come on here and answer these people's questions, it's going to help you. And all it has done is made things worse. It's made more people question him, why he talks the way he does, why. And the whole time, she's acting like his friend and like this is going to help. And it's not going to. She's using him for her own channel. And she'll have a price to pay for that too. Whether, you know, whether he's guilty or not, there'll be a big price to be paid for her. Anybody using any of this to further themselves and do anything but try to find this little girl and support this family is doing the wrong thing. All you're doing by attacking them all the time and making up stories and spreading them around is you're convoluting the investigation. You're making it impossible for them to find out what really happened. Do you want to do that? You want to be the reason this little girl is never found? The reason nobody ever knows what happens to her? Or the reason the person that did it isn't convicted? It's shameful. I don't know. I'm not sure what happened. I think there's a pretty good chance people came up there and took him because they think he killed his daughter. I've been worried that was going to happen this whole time. Candace, I don't think was faking it. She sounds genuinely worried for her husband. Now she's left all alone in the middle of this whole mess. And if the fact that, you know, there's a chance she didn't do it and that all this is happening to her doesn't make you feel bad, there's something wrong with you. It really is. Anyway, I hope we find out something. I hope we, you know, the police get to the bottom of it. They have all of it and they're working it. So hopefully we'll know something. Quit attacking this poor woman. Quit attacking her. Even when Chris talked to her, he thought she was telling him the truth. It suited him to say she was lying later, or that, you know, that he thinks she's dishonest later. But at the time, he believed her. Just a minute, I'm making a video. So, I think they're all opportunists. They're all trying to pick the carcass of this family. I mean, maybe Dawn had something to do with it, but I don't believe Candace did. And I don't believe treating her like she's lying all the time is helping anything. To kill you to feel sorry for a woman whose one daughter is missing, her other kids are in foster care, and her husband's gone, is that going to kill you? Anyway, I hope we find out the answers sometime today. I hope we find out about Summer soon. We're all praying for her and worried about her, and I'm praying for Candace too. I've been worried about her the whole time. And if you think I'm a patsy or whatever because I believe her, I don't give a flying flip. I would rather be a caring, empathetic person than to believe what you people believe. And if you think that means I deserve to be attacked, go for it. I'll report you. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. I hope you like the video and maybe give me a subscription. Maybe leave a comment that isn't entirely hateful. Also, sorry about the fan noise. I live in the South. There's always fan noise in my house. But y'all have a blessed day. I hope we find out something soon. Peace.